Howdy everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do a sold video. I'm going to go through and show you everything that I sold in the last week, and at the end there's going to be a few things I sold earlier in the month that I think you'll find interesting. So let's go over to my computer and we'll get started. Okay, so first up we have this Western shirt that was made by Ruddock, and probably early 90s, later 80s, early 90s. It's a really nice shirt. I got $30 for it, and I did free shipping on that. Sat for about, I would say about 6 months. I've slowly been coming down on the price, and I had it on sale. I had it listed at $39, but I had a 25% off sale, so it finally sold. Next up, we have a Disney Store Mickey Mouse shirt. I got this. I paid $2 a shirt at an estate sale, and I got a whole bunch of Disney stuff, women's shirts and stuff like that. I got some women's overalls. So this was a pretty good find. I got 25 plus shipping on it. Next up, we have these Philip Morris lighters. They're called party lighters, and they actually have a light in them, but the light doesn't work anymore because the batteries are dead. So you'd have to replace the batteries. 2 of them were sealed and 1 of them wasn't, and I sold them as a lot for $16.97 plus shipping. I got a whole bunch of cigarette-related stuff that was promos that were giveaways, like hats and stuff like that were still in the package, a couple of umbrellas. So I have all that listed, and I think this is the only thing that's sold so far. Next, I have a comic book. Didn't really go for a lot, $9.97. I shipped it for free. It's been sitting for a while, but I've got a bunch of comics and I've got to get rid of them, so I've got to do something with them. San Francisco poster. This was a vintage poster from the 60s. It probably hung in a travel office or something like that. Back when you used to have travel agents and stuff. It was a really cool poster. It's got a Coors Light truck in it. Very iconic. And it sold for full price at $159.97, and I did ship it for free. Now on these posters, the way I ship them is I will put them in a tube, but then I will get the really long triangle box from USPS, put that tube inside the triangle box. I don't know if you've ever watched Golden Finger Picker, but he, about a year or two ago, was shipping some posters, and they got caught in the machines at the post office and just ripped the posters apart. So I ship them inside those triangle tubes and send them priority, and pay a little extra. But usually the posters I'm selling are $50 and above, so. Next up, we just have a regular standard Wrangler pearl snap short sleeve shirt. Sold for $14.97, and it was kind of cool. It had a cool stripe pattern on it. It sat for probably about 2 months. The thing was, I was digging through a box and I found it. I've had this thing for probably 2 years, and I found it the other day and got it listed, and it sold. So that always just amazes me. There was $15 just laying in a box somewhere, and it's been there forever. Next up, I've got a Jam's World food art shirt. These are not the fastest sellers. Jam's World shirts do really well, but the food ones don't do that great. I did get $35 plus shipping for it, so it was a nice sale, but it sat for probably 6 or 8 months before it finally sold. And Jam's World shirts, I'll usually sell them in a month or 2. This is a Belleville Lego system. These were discontinued by Lego because they were trying to get into the girls market at the time, and they had the figures that they put with them did not fit the Lego system. So they discontinued this because it didn't really work out that well for them. And I wound up with a bunch of these. I don't know if I did a video on these or not, but I paid $18 a set And I got two different sets. I got this set and a smaller set that has like a baby's room or something. So it was a nice sale, $70, but I've still got quite a few of these left. They don't sell very fast. Top Gun F5 Adversary Vintage 86 model kit. This was opened, but all the parts were inside. I actually paid too much for it. I paid $6. I got $13 plus $7 for shipping. I think it actually cost me more than that to ship it, though. I think it was like $8 or $9 to ship. And that was because of the size. It was light, but I couldn't get it under that 1 pound or, 15.99 ounces for shipping with the box. So it did wind up going over a pound. John Deere lawnmower blades. You can see the price tag right there, $43.98. I sold it for $31.99. I need to go in and update that because I've got more of those for sale. But I paid $3 a set for these. Lowe's clearance these out at the end of last year, so I bought a bunch of them. I've still got a bunch now, and now's the time to sell them. So everybody's getting their mowers all ready for spring. This was a wooden railway Thomas and Friends that I picked up at Ross, I think. And again, this is one I think I paid too much for. I think I paid $12 for it. I was going to send it into Amazon, but I found a problem with the box, and anything that's got a damaged box or anything like that, I don't send. I would have done better if I'd sent it to Amazon, but I wound up having to sell it on eBay, so I just got my money out of it and moved on. Light Crust Doughboy. This is a plush pillow, probably from the 60s, I'm going to say. The Light Crust Doughboys was a group that had albums, and they had this pillow, I guess, that they gave away. I found 4 of these at an estate sale and a few other collectible pillows. Those all sold, and I've got, I think, 1 or 2 of the Doughboys left. So, I think I got 1 left. And it sold it sold on sale for $18. I had it on sale. Didn't sell for $25. It sold for $18. These are Dickies t-shirts. I walked into a Walmart. They had a huge rack. Actually, they had 2 racks. And all the men's clothing on those 2 racks was $1. I cleaned out both racks. I just took it all. I got $20 for these 2 shirts. I had $2 in them. So... all right, this was another model kit. I think I wound up paying too much for. I paid $7 at an estate sale. I thought it was going to be a little bit better than what it was. I was grabbing a bunch of stuff at the time. It was kind of a very busy estate sale. If you wanted it, you better grab it kind of thing. So I grabbed this, and I grabbed a few other things, and I did well on the other things, but this one was kind of iffy, and it was opened. It did have all the pieces in it. So I still made a little bit of money on it, but it didn't work out as well as I thought it was going to. Stetson Cadet Military Motorcycle Hat. This actually has you can't see it in this picture, but there's a pin on the side that says Stetson on it. I found this at a garage sale, and I thought, boy, this is going to be great. And man, this thing sat forever. And I've had it probably a year, and it finally sold for $14. As you can see, I had it on sale at 20% off. Sony 4-head VCR player recorder DVD player. This was an SLV D100, probably bought by a drop shipper. I can't believe somebody's out there still doing drop shipping. But I try to show that they do work, so something is playing on a TV in the background so that people can see that the numbers change and stuff. And I put the remote in the picture so they can see that it comes with the remote. It all tested out great. Guy was happy. I sent it out, and I've already gotten good feedback on it, so he's happy with it. It's a Sony. Somebody says Sony sells, so go figure. If you watch The Bearded Picker, you hear him say that all the time. This was a great shirt. This was a scooter shirt made by La Rocca London, BC Ethics. And this shirt my son actually found. He decided he wanted to try Poshmark for about 5 minutes, and he found 4 shirts that were just awesome shirts in the thrift store. And he didn't do anything with them. They've been sitting for 9 months in his room. So I went in and got them all and said, well, that's it. You had your chance. I'm selling them. So I grabbed it and put it up, and I listed it for $90, but it sold for $71.98. It actually went to Japan, and I charged the guy $15 for shipping. And it's a great shirt. There's no stains, nothing. It's in excellent condition. I think he'll be real happy with it. And yes, of course, I'm probably going to throw a little money my son's way, but he should have listed it and gotten the money himself. This is a charger, not a battery. It's an 18-volt charger. The guy bought this and then immediately sent me a message and said, hey, I didn't mean to buy this. I need a battery, not a charger. So I had to cancel the sale. So this is actually not a sale. It's actually back up for sale because he canceled on me. ConocoPhillips hat. I bought it for 50 cents at a estate sale. All the hats were 50 cents. I got several of them and threw it up, and it sold for $11.18 for free shipping. So I made money. It's a good looking hat. Somebody's going to be happy with it. Disney store, Siamese Cats. These were actually from my personal collection. I had a huge PVC collection back in the late 80s and early 90s. So I found the box that had a bunch of my PVC in it, so I've been slowly selling it. This one sold, I had it up at 25 and it sold on sale for 20 bucks. Okay, this was an iHome Bluetooth speaker that I got on clearance at Walgreens back before Christmas. I want to say I paid $7 for it. I was going to send it into Amazon. I wound up being gated on it, so I couldn't send it. Put it on eBay. It sat there ever since Christmas time. I finally put it on sale, and it sold for $14.38. So, and free shipping. I don't think I made any money on that at all. Vineyard Vines, nice hoodie. Got this at an estate sale for $4 or $5. Sold for $31.98 on sale. For about $4.50 shipping, and it probably cost me $5, I guess, to ship. So another lawnmower blade, same deal. I paid $3 for all the lawnmower blades. I did $10 shipping, and it sold for 20 bucks. And that says I have 0 available. I need to change that because I know I got more of those. These were some golf balls. I went into Walmart. Again, I walked in and there was 2 ladies that were marking stuff down, and she put a tag on it that said $2. So I said, whoa, $2? Are all the golf balls going to be $2? And she said, yes, we're getting rid of them and we're getting our money out of them. So I said, okay, just to fill up my cart, I'll take them all at $2. I sent some to Amazon that sold for $50 a box. I made out like a bandit on all these golf balls that I bought. I probably bought about 15 boxes. This is one of the cheaper ones. He actually bought, I had 2 of them up. He actually bought both of them that were on sale. So I've got to ship out both of them, actually. I think this was in one of my videos, in one of my haul videos. This is a Sony Walkman. It's a very rare Walkman. This Walkman is actually, if you have the box for it and you have all the paperwork, it doesn't even have to be sealed. But if you've got the box, it's a $400 Walkman. If you ever see these, pick them up. They also came in kind of a gold color. This is the black version. I had a piece of tape on it because that piece right there kept falling off. It's not glued on very well. I went ahead and spent the money, bought a belt. The only way you can get the belt for this thing is to order it from like the Ukraine. And so I paid the $12 for the belt and had the belt shipped to me. It took me about a month to get it. And I replaced the belt. I actually opened it up, got the belt replaced and everything. And the cassette player worked, but the radio did not. So I had to sell it for parts, and I wound up getting $67 for it on sale, 25% off. So I had $4 in the Walkman. I had $12 in the belt. So I had about $16 total in it. And I shipped it for free, but it went first class for about $3. HP 12C financial calculator. I find these all the time. I'll find probably at least one a month. Right now I've got another one. I just sold this one, and I've got another one around here I need to test and get listed. So these sell real well. They used to sell for more. I think a lot of people have kind of caught on. I had it listed at 25. I didn't have any takers. Did 25% off, and it sold for $18.73. I had $4 in it, so it was still a really good flip. Frankenstein serving plates. I bought these at World Market, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, I guess. And I had a huge tub just full of this stuff that I held on to for a long time. I pulled a set out for me. There's a tin tray, there's a big huge plate, there's coasters, there's all kinds of stuff. And I pulled out a complete set of stuff for me because I actually collect old Movie Monster stuff. So I love this stuff. This stuff was really great. And so I put these up for sale, all the extras that I had, and I've slowly been selling them. These will sell, they sell great around Halloween, but they sell all year long because there's lots of monster collectors out there. Pickwick Greyhound Lines pamphlet from 1929. Look at the condition on that thing. That thing was just gorgeous. And that's, I think, really what sold it. I had it listed at $35. I paid $1 for it at an estate sale. I got $27.98 for it. Sold it on sale, 20% off. And the guy was real happy to get it. So it was, a lot of these are not, when you do find them, they're not color like this. They're just kind of a black and white, and they just got stuff written on them. This was my Mr. Clean figure. I sold him for $21.58. I know I paid more than that for him. I probably paid $35 for him back in late 80s, I think, is when I bought him. Back then, we didn't have eBay. You had to go to shows and stuff to find this stuff, and he was a pretty rare figure. But nothing's rare on eBay. I bought this shirt at an estate sale. This was a Tori Rashard Hawaiian shirt. It's got the Santa Anita Park in it with the horse racing. It does have a very small stain. You can't see it in this picture, but it's right about here in the clouds. It almost looks like a very light brown coffee stain, but it almost blends in because you can kind of see the brown down here and stuff, and you can't see it unless you know it's there. I did tell them that there was a stain on it, and it's still sold for full price, $125. Okay, I don't remember if I put this in a video or not, but I went to an estate sale, and they had 2 boxes of World War II patches. And I always look for patches. They're hit or miss, but I always look for patches whenever I go to estate sales. This one had a leather patch in it, and it was the only leather patch that was in there. I put them up for auction because I didn't know what the value was. It's so rare that there was none sold. In fact, I had to decipher what this meant, which meant 342nd Bomber Squadron. And then I figured out that this was from 342nd Bomber Squadron. And there's like one page on the internet that talks about them, and that's it. Very rare. This was a Disney, this character was actually created by the Disney studio. I don't know that Walt Disney actually did it, but the Disney studio did it. Had condition issues. Guy did not care. He paid $461 for it. I had 32 bids on this thing, and I have talked to the guy since, and back and forth. And this guy, he was just so happy that he won because he said it's such a rare patch. He's never seen it, and he collects leather patches. This was another very rare patch. This one has Donald Duck on it. Again, a lot of these were done by Disney Studios. Very rare patch. I want to say it was around 3.5 to 4 inches across. So that other one was about 4.5 to 5 inches. It was a big patch. This one sold for $400. I had 27 bids on it, and again, guy was thrilled to get it. It's just such a rare patch. So if you find stuff like that, sometimes it's really, really good. I auctioned off all the patches. A lot of them did not sell. I still have a bunch of them because they're really common, real common patches. So I'm probably just going to list them for buy it nows and see if I can move them. I may lot some up and see if I can move them that way. All the rare ones, though, I've sold. So, well, that's it. That's everything I sold in the last week, and some stuff that I sold from earlier in the month, the last 5 or 6 that I showed you. I thought they were the most interesting, so I threw those in. Like I said, I'd like to try to do these once a week and update you on kind of what's selling on eBay and what I look for, what I pick up. Hit that like button on your way out and leave me a comment. I'd love to hear what you think of these videos. Everybody have a great day, and I will see you soon.